The Menu is a 2022 suspense thriller dark comedy. Honestly, it's a few different genres put together, but I'll touch on that later. The film is directed by Mark Mylod and written by Seth Rise and Will Tracy. The film follows Anya Taylor-Joy's character, Margot, and 11 other guests to a private dinner on a secluded island. This island is home to renowned chef Slavik, played by Ralph Fiennes. However, it slowly becomes apparent there is more to this meal than just simply tasting food. Let me start off by saying, go watch this movie. I will avoid spoilers in this review because I loved being in complete mystery for the entire runtime. If you'd like to see a spoiler review, then please comment below. But where to start with this film? Well, for starters, our protagonist and our antagonist. Anya Taylor-Joy has, as far as I'm aware, been hitting it out of the park with these more slow burn movies. She was fine in The Witch, and I really liked her in The Northman, for reasons apart from the nude scenes I should point out, and being put in the starring role for this movie, I really enjoyed her character. She kind of reminded me of the bride from Ready or Not. She doesn't stand much of a chance fighting Slavik or his staff, and instead needs to try and think of ways out. Speaking of Slavik, Fiennes plays him perfectly. When he's talking about food or making a speech, as he does several times, your attention is on him. And when he needs to start being ruthless, he comes off like a genuine threat. You may recognize Fiennes as Voldemort. I recognize him more from Coriolanus, and he is simply a great actor. I will say I think they based him off of Gordon Ramsay a little bit. There's a part where he calls someone a donkey, and I swear it was like if Ramsay himself said it. But while these two knock it out of the park and bounce off each other really well, they aren't the only ones. The entire cast was great. Honestly, the film takes a while to get somewhere, and up until that point, you are just in this room watching people talk and discuss food. Every time a course is served, they show off a presentation reel of the food, and if you've seen something like MasterChef, it is exactly the same. Oh, and the food was designed by French chef Dominique Crenn. But the point is this film manages to be entertaining for that first hour or so of just talking. It's like how a Tarantino film can have you watching two men talk, and it's engaging. Once things go down, however, the film does not drop the ball. Instead, it runs with it. Now, I love to cook and bake, so maybe that's why I enjoyed it as much as I did. However, the message of the film could be applied to just about any field or fandom. Again, no spoilers, but let's just say this film has commentary on subsections of the food community. That sounded a bit pompous, but it does, from critics to foodies to just the average person. And by the end, you might just agree with the antagonist. Oh, and finally the humor. I was expecting to laugh a few times at the start, and then things would get serious. However, it holds a serious tone, and only gets funnier as the film goes on. I laughed more than the trailers led me to believe. However, I wouldn't list this as a regular comedy, but more of a very dark or very dry comedy. John Leguizamo is in this film, but it's funny learning the backstory of his character. Turns out he based his acting around Steven Seagal. If you're unaware of their relationship, look up what happened on Executive Decision. Seagal is a dick. He's just a fucking asshole. With all that said, I hope I've encouraged you to check out this film. It's original, creative, fun, and honestly has a fulfilling ending that actually commits and doesn't puss out like many other films would. In the film, Fiennes' character says he portioned the meal so everyone would be full by the end, and I indeed was. Oh, and I am genuinely asking you to watch this movie. With everything said, it's a theatrical-only film, and I wish to support good media. At my local MJR theater, this film had 5 showings, and the one I went to just had me and like 6 other people, which is a shame. While the much inferior, and I do say that objectively, Black Panther Wakanda Forever was sitting at 32 showings, taking up 3 theater rooms. I'm not expecting this film to make more than a Disney-backed film, but I simply don't want a film like this to drown, due in part, to another film hogging the theaters. I hope you enjoyed. Please do like, share, and comment your thoughts below. I'm gonna go cook a burger now. Have a good day.
Happy birthday to you.
You told him it was my birthday?
Seemed funny about 3 hours ago.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.